guys, this is Nutty Lanston and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is an interview that Activision CEO Eric Hirshberg, I think that's how you pronounce his name, had at E3 in regards to Infinity Warfare. We're going to go over some of the questions that were actually asked and some of the answers that I did actually find quite interesting in that particular interview. So first of all, what they addressed was straight away that YouTube trailer, the famous one where it was disliked over 2 million times. Now, he has touched on this previously, but what he did say in this particular interview was our previous most disliked trailer was the reveal trailer for Black Ops 2. The first time we brought the franchise into the future, and that turned out to be one of our most successful games ever. Now, in regards to that, he's absolutely spot on. I mean, like, Black Ops 2 did get a lot of hate because it was being set into the future. Okay, yes, I do understand there was no exosuits added or anything else to that particular game, but it was set in the future, got a lot of dislikes straight away, and people hated on it. But then, I think it's ended up being the second best selling game for Call of Duty, just behind Modern Warfare 3. So, for me, that is absolutely spot on. I mean, yes, okay, it got a bit of hate, but it's turned out to be an absolutely fantastic game. It really, really did. I absolutely loved it. I know a lot of people still say it's one of their most favourite online Call of Duty titles ever. That along with, like Modern Warfare 2 and things. But it was a very, very successful game, and a lot of people still play it online today. Also, then he went on to touch on about this YouTube trailer. But also what he was talking about is how it was, regarded on other platforms. Did it get the same negativity? Did it get the same hate when he put it on, say, like Facebook and other places like that? Now, what he said was we didn't see the same reaction on other platforms in other metrics. We didn't see it in our pre-order momentum, and we didn't see it in the same exact trailer posting on other platforms like Facebook. So basically when they put up on Facebook and other places like that, they didn't receive the hate that they received on YouTube. What they're kind of saying is that people just jumped on the gravy train, just hitting that dislike button for the sake of it, just got blown all out into proportion straight away. Now, not that many people, in regards, hate this game as much as what is being made out onto YouTube. So that's quite interesting, but in regards to that, a lot of people do dislike the idea that we've got obviously exosuits and everything else being added into the game. So it's a bit of a mixed bag on that one. But one thing in there that I did find very, very interesting was it says we didn't see in our pre-order momentum. Now, coming up on your screen now is a little thing that I did go over in a previous video. And as you're seeing coming up on your screen now is this one. Now, this is the pre-order sales for Infinity Warfare up to May 14th, 2016. The one below that is Black Ops 3, obviously for last year, for the same date in 2015. Now, as you're seeing on the Xbox One for Infinity Warfare, we had 30,000, PS4 33,000. But at the same time, the year before for Black Ops 3, we had 287,000 for the PlayStation 4 and 423,000 for the Xbox One. Now, Activision did, highlight on this particular point, saying that these sales are not going to be accurate or anything else like that, in which they could be 100% dead right. They probably aren't accurate, but there's no way those figures are that far out. It's going to be an impossibility. The pre-order sales for Infinity Warfare are a hell of a lot lower than what they are for Black Ops 3. So the fact that this CEO is basically saying that you don't see it in the pre-order momentum, that it's still rolling on. People are pre-ordering like mad, stuff like that, kind of like what they were doing with Black Ops 3. Doesn't seem to be that way at all. So I think maybe he might be trying to bluff on that particular point. But then he went on to basically talk about, how healthy is Call of Duty in general? Is the Call of Duty franchise growing? Are people getting bored of it? Are people still playing online and whatnot else? Are they swapping out for other games? Now, what he said about that, he said, the franchise has never been stronger than it is right now in terms of the number of people we have playing online. He says, Black Ops 3 is doing great. We've managed to keep it relevant and fresh longer than many people thought that we could. Now, in regards to that, I agree with him. I really do. I think it was Prestige Key and someone else who showed a little glitch way of getting to the numbers of people that are playing online. Because obviously, for the last couple of titles, Activision and that lot have decided to hide the number of people that are playing online. And in regards to that, when they actually done the glitch, I think it was back in March that he actually done it, and it was over 500,000 people playing. That was just on the PlayStation 4 alone. Obviously we've got other platforms, the Xbox One, PC, even the 360 down to the PS3 as well. So, in regards to that, that is a very, very healthy number of people that are playing online. I mean, that's fantastic personally. I really, really do. I don't even understand why they're hiding it if they're getting that kind of number of people online, especially in March when the game come out in November. November. In regards to keeping the game fresh, yes, that they do add a lot of content, but they're still locked in those supply drops, and that is a major stumbling block. Yes, they did bring out those two, obviously, bribe weapons and one else, but that stopped. So whatever you got out of those two particular things, it's gone now, you know, and that's it. Now you're back to the grind, hoping that you're going to get lucky in supply drops and things like that. Adding in contracts was fantastic. The Blackjack's a bit of fresh air as well. I do understand they're going to be bringing more stuff in as well, but it's how they actually handle it. I mean, just grinding out and getting supply drops and finding that you get absolutely jack shit in it, you know, can get a little bit disheartening after a while. And for me personally, I get quite bored of it. I just think, oh, fuck it. Do you know what I mean? I can't be bothered. I never get lucky, so I tend to try and leave it alone. So in regards to that, you know, yes, they do keep it fresher, and yes, they do keep adding content, but those supply drops are a major stumbling block as well. Then moving on to the last bit, and that is basically what he was talking about, is the actual response to the game. You know, how people have responded to the game and whether or not they've actually made any changes, because the big thing is that Infinity Warfare got a ton of hate, obviously, on YouTube and stuff like that. Now, as we know, multiplayer was not revealed at E3. Now, they pushed it all the way back to September to actually reveal it at the Call of Duty XP, and, you know, a lot of us are pissed off. A lot of people that are, you know, quite annoyed about it. We want to see some snippets about what this multiplayer is like, and they put it off. They decided not to actually showcase any of it. You know, they're not trying to give out any information whatsoever, apart from the fact that we got another chain-based movement system being implemented. It's basically just going to be like Black Ops training, and that's all they said. Now, that in regards is not going to really help pre-order sales, because people aren't seeing what they're actually pre-ordering. So I don't really see how they're saying about it. But what he said was, we're doing the same thing after the response as before, which is focusing on making a great game. Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirshberg told E3, at the end of the day, we do that. We tend to make fans happy and win people over and continue to have the franchise first. So basically what he's saying is that they're going to stick to their guns with this particular game. Obviously, this game was being made at the beginning of Advanced Warfare, so they didn't really understand the hate that the exosuits was going to be made at the particular time, which is all fair enough. I totally understand that. Okay, that's why they decided that the game was going to go. Okay, they've moved forward with that. But what he's saying there is basically that he's happy with the game. You know, they're happy with it. Infinity Ward are not going to change anything. They're sticking to the gun. This game is going to be great. They're going to win all their fans over. So if you're going to win all your fans over and you're happy with this game and you're not making any changes, why are we not seeing any multiplayer gameplay whatsoever, or any reveals, or any hints, or anything like Battlefield 1 or anything else? I do not understand. If you're not changing anything, why are you hiding everything until September? It does not make any sense whatsoever. It really doesn't. This, like, they're happy with the game, but they don't want to show the game. I don't get it, because then pushing that back there, like I say, I don't believe there's going to be a beta now, and a beta for Black Ops 3 was a great thing that they implemented. I mean, everyone was so happy when we had a beta. I mean, it made the game more successful. People got used to the way the system was moving. Weapons got changed. The Black Hat got nerfed a bit. You know, the MA got changed as well, because that was crazy. Even the Razorback, you know, the older things. But now they're going back to the old ways, but they're not going just back to the old ways. Now they're not even going to show us the multiplayer with a game that they're so happy about. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm not going to go on a rant. I mean, I said about this before, but even though he tends to be so happy with this game, but he doesn't want to show us anything about the game. So I don't know. I don't really get it whatsoever. But I just want to give you my guys' points of view basically on this little interview that he actually had. I mean, I did find it quite interesting. So leave it all in the comment section below exactly what you're thinking about this as well. It'd be very interesting. I know lots of people got some crazy and very good points of view on this particular subject. But coming up on my screen now is some subscribe button. Make sure you're jumping on that. I've got loads of other things going on my channel as well. Gameplays, you name it, it's all coming up onto there. And guys, if you drop a like and support me, it'd be absolutely amazing. This is Nitty Last, and I'll catch you later.